Welcome to Live, Uncut, Raw, Unfiltered. Ask the $50 billion man. Call 1-866-307-4320 for U.S. callers and 44080-0404-8387 for U.K. callers to get no-holds-barred answers to your questions. And now, your host, Dan Pena.
Welcome to my inaugural first Ask the $50 Billion Man, Unfiltered, Uncut, Raw radio show. This is would normally be called in showbiz a beta test, but unlike most people, we're not going to keep practicing until we get it fucking perfect. We're going live now. That's not to say we haven't had some practice runs on our own, but one of the things that I complain about that you guys do all the time is you practice, and you never fucking pull the trigger. And so there may be some mistakes and errors here, but we'll iron them out over time. That's assuming we have, some real interest in the radio show. And depending on the interest we have, will depend on how many times I give it. To say this is an easy gig for me, sitting in my office at the castle is a fucking understatement of biblical proportions. But it's a way for me to keep in touch with you guys and still talk to you. Funny enough, today's my birthday because I work all days. It's my 71st birthday. I want to thank everybody for the hundreds of birthday wishes, the few gifts which I didn't need nor ask for, but I still appreciate them. I started my day today with in-bed champagne, 2002 vintage Winston Churchill champagne with Beluga caviar. And then I went on to having my lunch with 1999 Cristal champagne. And then I had cake, and then I took a nap. Then I worked a couple hours and to prepare for this show. I'm thankful and hopeful that you enjoy this. I've got a couple of phone calls from a couple of mentees that more or less have stayed in the closet over the years to wish me well. And in regards to those calls, I may be making some additions, the sums that we've created in the last 23 years of 50 billion. Because as I've said before, everybody wants wealth, but not everybody wants notoriety. And I appreciate that, and I respect that, and I honor that. And so if the kids don't want me to use their names, I don't use their names. But I would expect over time that we'll have more and more kids that are willing to allow me to use their names. And I call you all kids, as I've said many, many times, because I'm either old enough to be your grandfather or your father. One of the things I wanted to make mention of is currently, if you've read any of my posts, I spoke at Oxford University, which went very, very well, but I was denied the opportunity to speak at a Harlem school of kids. And that Harlem school for kids canceled me the night before. And they say it was because I wasn't properly vetted, because I used fuck, shit, cunt, etc. But I'm of the belief, it's my opinion, that I was cut out at the last minute because I'm a strong endorser of Donald Trump. Okay, let's take the first call.
Yes, Mr. Pena. If insurance companies say come back when you're larger, and friends, fools, family, and banks aren't enough for our first healthcare acquisition, is private equity a short-term solution to a long-term problem that we will regret?
Yes.
What are our options? Go back to the friends, fool, families, and banks?
Just as an aside, do you live in New York City?
California.
California. You remind me of somebody I know in New York City. Okay. Well, they have mezzanine lenders that are kind of like quasi private equity. They're a bastardized mix between commercial lending and private equity, and they can fill the gap. But if that doesn't work, and it should, if you remember, it's a matter of making the calls. It's a numbers game. But if that doesn't work, then I would go to private family investment offices, I'm not talking about the Rockefellers or the Kennedys, etc., but there's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of offices that manage private money, not in the billions, but in the tens of millions. That would be an alternative for you.
Thank you, sir. God bless.
Thank you very much. Okay. How can I help you?
The thing is, I have to move out of Thailand, and I look for a new home, but I don't know where I should go. And I want to, at the same time, teach meditation and to be a life coach. And I'm very glad I'm a meditation master and also a Qigong master and also life coach and therapist.
Okay, well,
And I don't know how to start.
Well, you start by taking the first action, by pulling the trigger. There are many, many places other than Thailand. Off the top of my head, I'd say Australia, if you can get in with a visa there. The Australian people are very open to life coaching. I'm not a life coach. That's not what I do. There are plenty of other guys that do life coaching. I'm not an expert. The most important thing for any of the questions that anybody's going to ask me today is you got to pull the trigger. If you haven't ever been to Australia, go. But you don't even have to go now. Search on the internet. There are tremendous opportunities that exist today that didn't even exist in the middle or late 90s because of the internet. But the first thing you've got to do is take action. You've got to take action and you've got to do something. Otherwise, it's not going to work for you. I hope that answers your question.
Hello?
Yes, this is Dan Pena. How can I help you?
Hey, Dan, I have a question of how I can boost productivity. I find that after about if I don't get 7 hours of sleep, then I'm not very productive. Do you know of any exercise or diet that I can do to increase the number of hours that I can work?
I want to make a comment to everybody. Please lower the radio volume in the background because it gives an echo to everybody else. So when I'm online with you, turn off your radio, so you can't hear the volume. Okay. How old are you?
21.
Holy shit. Well, if you're running out of energy now, something's fucking wrong. I don't believe in bad karma, but you got some bad fucking karma. You should be able to exist on 4 or 5 hours sleep a night.
But I don't exercise at all. I just sit.
Well, I don't care if you jack off, while you're taking a shit. At 20 something, you need to go see a doctor. And by the way, none of the advice I give is meant to be medical advice, accounting advice, legal advice, or tax advice. You need to go have a full physical because it sounds like you have anemia. It sounds like you have tired blood. It sounds like because at 21 you should be full of, even if you've never exercised, you should be like Twisted Steel and Panther piss. I don't care if you're a vegetarian or you only eat meat. At 21 you should not get tired. Never. So something else is wrong, and I would go and get a doctor's opinion and get a full physical. But it sounds to me that you've got iron deficiency anemia. But that's just, a 71-year-old man telling you. But, go see a doctor. You shouldn't be tired. Thank you. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Hello?
Yes?
Hello, Mr. Pena. Thank you for doing this. I am currently an engineering student. I've been going through your free content, and I plan to attend the Castle seminar next year.
Okay, great.
My question is that you said that you can never be truly ready for the Castle seminar and that engineers have time, but what is your
That's true.
Advice in this? So I say my affirmations today to cut out people out of my life that have no goals, and because you said, show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Correct.
So any other advice?
Yeah, read. I have hundreds of free pages on my site. I have 105, I believe, newsletters. I have dozens and dozens of podcasts. I have an ebook, the $50 Billion Man ebook. I've got a lot of free material. And read it and prepare yourself. And the affirmations, although the affirmations have been around since, this is an exaggeration, caveman. That's not quite true, I don't believe. But they really work. And when I sit here at Guthrie Castle, I had the goal, the affirmation, to live in a castle on an island. And 17 months later, I moved in. That's pretty fucking dramatic, and it happens to be 100% true. So, but read all the free content. Take the success test often. Your scores on the success test can improve, and you'll be ready. But I should say you'll be more ready. You're never really ready to have, me rip your fucking head off and shit down your neck. But one of the new things that we just added to the website is 3 minutes that will change your life. It's on the landing page. For all you guys, listen up, and gals, listen to those 3 people that just finished a seminar. It's about 3.5 minutes long. That's as succinct as I can put it in somebody else's words. A 27-year-old, a 32-year-old, and a 69-year-old that came to the castle. But anyway, I look forward to seeing you. I hope that helps. Dan Pena, how can I help you? Yes.
Hey, happy birthday and many thanks for your killer free content. And I have 2 questions for you. You consider time of working out at the gym as part of the workday and not as part of the free time. Can I be a young, high-performance business person and still working out for about 4-5 times a week? And the
answer to the question is yes. The first question, the answer is yes. Go ahead.
Okay. The second question is, you said that the person should try to find his perfect job by trying different jobs. Can you give me an information for finding my perfect job?
There's going to never be a perfect job. The perfect job is one that you love, that you don't think working 10 or 12 hours a day is work. I mean, if I tell everybody follow their passion. I happen to be passionate about pulling you sorry fuckers over the goal line now, the last 20 plus years. Otherwise, this would get old answering the same fucking questions over and over and over again. Believe me, So it's not a perfect job. You have to do something that you're passionate about. We had a doctor here at the last a few seminars ago that didn't want to be a doctor anymore. And that wasn't his passion. His passion wasn't doing surgery anymore. You have to find something that you are passionate about. Thank you very much. I hope that helped. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Hi, Dan. Thank you. Thank you for taking my call. This is Mahir Haq. Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you.
Dan, my question is, if a potential accounting dream team partner is enthusiastic about a roll-up, an industry which he's done extensive work in, he basically alluded that it's not worth pursuing the roll-up because there are a lot of big market players already in the business.
Next! Next! I don't give a fuck what he is. How can I help you?
Hey, Dan. I was thinking about your gym workout because you said it's very important to go to gym, especially when you're young. When do you used to find time? Because I'm doing now 16 hours a day and I don't find time to go to gym.
Well then, you've got to figure out a different method of exercise. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh, fuck. I mean, why do all these kids? I mean, you got time. Spend 30 to 45 minutes in the fucking gym. Run to work. I used to change in the fucking, I used to take a sponge bath. I used to run around Central Park in New York City, Manhattan on Wall Street. I mean, you sound like a cunt. What's wrong with you, boy? You can find time.
Nothing, man.
Okay, you can find time. This is Dan Pena. How can I help you?
Hey, Dan. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Hey, I was wondering, I have I have a board set up. I have everything I need to plug, and things look good. I'm wondering about your opinion on the companies that I'm looking to acquire, like what venue I should be using. I've been using the websites that have a lot of these different companies for sale, and I was wondering if there's anything else I should be looking for.
You can find, what industry are you in?
Healthcare. So,
you can find everything that you ever needed on the net. You don't have to look anyplace else.
So that's what I'm using.
You're doing
and
fine.
How many would you recommend you're talking to each day?
I talk to 20 to 30 a day. A day.
Wow. Okay.
But if you only talk to 5 a day, you'll make a quadrillion dollars. Thank you. Well, I guess we don't. Take the next call. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Happy birthday, Dan. This is Eddie here from Arizona. Heard from you through Matt Posius. I have a question on raising capital here. I currently run a family business. We do about $1.2 million in revenue about a year. Now, my question is, I need to get mentors. What do you suggest in the food service industry, either get mentors or to increase revenue? Because that's my first, the first step, which is the hardest, is getting a chairman.
Mentors are easy. LinkedIn is full of retired people from the food industry. Okay, second question is,
really?
How do you increase revenue? Well, Matt is the expert on the internet, one of my mentees. But I mean, through marketing, you've got to increase your marketing effort. You've got to find somebody that really understands marketing on the internet. And but I mean, the real question is, are you in the right business? I mean, if it's a family business and it's only doing $100,000 a month, that's not too big. I would question that. The internet, you can increase your marketing. No problem. Thank you very much. Okay. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Are you for real, Dan?
Am I what?
Dan?
Yes.
It sounds like you. Are you for real?
Yes, I am, kid.
I got an invite.
Yes, I am.
I got an invite. Yeah, okay. I got an invite from. I thought I was cool, but I wasn't sure whether it's for real or not. So I'm quite happy to hang on the line to see if you are for real.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fuck off. You have a question?
Yeah. Well, happy birthday. Happy 71st birthday, and I'm honoured to talk to you. I didn't really think.
Well, that's fine. If you don't have a question, thank you. Goodbye. Okay. Well, I guess I'm not going to have an opportunity. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Hello, Dan. I have a question.
I hope so. The last guy didn't have a question. He just wanted to say nice things to me. I don't need that.
How can someone with bad credit obtain capital for their corporation?
Bad credit or bankruptcy?
It's bad credit. I don't have bankruptcy.
Okay, well, I mean, dream team. You will be given the benefit of the doubt because of the people you surround yourself with. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. It's no problem. All the information is free on my website. Thank you for calling. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Hey, Dan, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hi, how do you cultivate fucking do it? This mental attitude. How do you push yourself?
How old are you, old man?
I'm 49.
You sound 79. That's for one way. You sound like an old fucking git. Get some fucking energy. Get some fucking lead in your pencil. I mean, I'm sure all the people that you hang around with are cunts. If you only hang around with cunts, you're going to be a cunt. Thank you for calling. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Dan, happy birthday, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for taking the call. Questions, 2 really quick questions. The first one is, you talk a lot about how the Quantum Leap is based around your war plan. I looked through the site. I don't see any PDFs or any files of a war plan. Is there any intention to put one up on the site soon? And second, I heard on your last podcast that students get a discount on the seminar. I want to know if that's true as well.
Students get a discount on the seminar. Students and active duty military get discounts on they get 50% discount. I'll just say it on the thing. But just as an aside, the fact that you were in the Army during the Vietnam War, which I was, does not make you a veteran, active duty veteran, guys. So just so you don't call my office and waste everybody's time, okay? We've had somebody call from the fucking Korean War, and God bless him. Thank you for your service, but you're not a vet. You're just you're not an active duty military. Okay, back to your question. There is no, every single person develops his own war plan based on, when you go through the 500 pages, or plus actually, on the website. And if you go back into my newsletters, I don't remember if it's newsletter 15 or 20, we talk about action plans. In those days, we didn't call it a war plan. We call it an action plan. But the information is there. Thank you for calling. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Hello, Dan, this is Christoph, and I have a question about thinking. And my problem is that I realize my ideas are way too small, and whenever I try to think bigger, so to speak, I get uncomfortable with these ideas because I can't. And so I go back to my older ideas, my smaller ideas, but I realize that is the exact opposite of what you guys are doing.
Like most people that call, you've got a self-esteem and a self-confidence problem, and that's based on your parents. It's based on show me your friends and I'll show you your future. You have to come up with a bigger plan, and just pull the trigger and try it. And if you fail, that's okay. You keep trying, you keep pulling the trigger. But I mean, your basic problem isn't the deal. Your basic problem is a self-confidence problem. Thank you for calling. Okay, I keep trying to answer the question. Dan Pena, how can I help?
Hi, Dan. This is Anand from India. First of all, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I just had a quick question. Hello.
Yes. What's the question?
My question is about the mentors. So, in my immediate network, I can't find anybody who is worthy enough to be a mentor. Somebody I look up to be like him. So, how do I find somebody?
Okay. Well,
who's
you
not
just
in my
said
immediate
in your
network?
current network. Your current network is losers.
Right.
You got to change your fucking network. You've got to upgrade. Show me your friends. And I lived in India. I mean, and they're hard to find. But you've got plenty of people on the internet. LinkedIn is just loaded with Indian successful people that could be your mentor. Easy question. Go out and do it now. Thank you for calling. Dan Pena, how can I help?
Hi, Dan. This is Brad. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask you, at age 18, what size should I aim for my first roll-up to be? Am I talking 20 million or am I talking 100, maybe more?
Is this my Brad?
It is your Brad, yeah.
Oh, my God. How are you, young man?
I'm great. I'm in the south of France. I'm trying to get a job working on a super yacht so I can come to the castle next year.
Okay, good. Oh, this is the kid that came to me when he was 16. He's the one that we developed and formed the Smell the Leather campaign about. And he went to Barclays, Rolls-Royce in London. He came to the Brian Rose at the Ritz. He was there. Anyway, he also came to Oxford. He's a good kid. Okay. So ask me the question again now that I've bragged about you. Go ahead.
How big should my first acquisition be? Or my first roll-up?
As big as you can make it.
20 million, 100 million?
I tell the kids that it should be low-hanging fruit, meaning you want to get a deal done, so you stop saying you're going to do a deal, that you have a deal. But I mean, 5 million, 10 million is fine, although some of the kids have worked on much bigger deals than that.
Okay. I'll see you in 6 months.
Okay. God bless. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. See you later. Bye.
It's hard for me to say what you should do because I don't know your questions. But I'm going to continue to answer some questions, and maybe at the end I'll do that. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Morning, sir. This is James Goins. Just a quick question for you.
Okay, James.
So with the Brexit, how do you think that will impact British geriatric care, like elderly care for British citizens?
I have no idea, but I certainly wouldn't worry about it, James. And since you live in Hawaii, I wouldn't worry about it either. And since you're going to be going to Princeton or Yale, I wouldn't worry about it either. James is one of our active duty military that came to a couple seminars ago. He's a sergeant in the Air Force. Don't worry about shit that doesn't have anything to do with you. Good to talk to you, James. Thank you for the call. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Yeah, hi, Dan. Nick Bowles from Hong Kong. I work in the financial markets here, insurance, property, and investments. Seems like business is dropping off over here. Is there any specific way that you would make any recommendations, suggestions to make money?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm coming from Hong Kong. I work in the financial markets globally. I work in sort of insurance, property, UK property, and investments. Just looking around Hong Kong, it looks like business is dropping off. It's gone very quiet in retail, all that sort of stuff. My question to you is very simple: is how would you, with all your wonderful years of experience, make money?
Well, I would consider leaving Hong Kong, one. I would consider leaving the industry that you're involved in. It sounds like you're involved in 5 or 6 things. You can't be super successful unless you're focused on the few and not the many. That's what I would do for starters.
Okay.
But thank you for your call. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, Dan. Dan. Just focus on something specific because I'm licensed to do insurance, property, investments.
Well, I don't give a fuck if you're obviously, you just told me you're not making a living. I don't give a fuck how many licenses you have, kid. That doesn't make a goddamn bit of... I mean, you can have 1,000 licenses. If you're not making any money in any of them, who gives a shit?
Exactly. Sorry, I was going back to what you were saying before. You're supposed to do... What you're saying, just focus on one of the things...
One. And I would consider leaving Hong Kong. Thank you.
Okay. But if I am in Hong Kong, this way...
I just told you. If you don't want my answer, don't call and ask. Okay. The purpose of these calls are to answer questions. And there are stupid questions. But I mean, so far, about half the questions that I've answered, it's obvious. Nobody has read more than 3 pages on my website. And part of the reason that most of you aren't more successful It's because you're fucking lazy. You were raised by lazy cunts, and you've turned into be a lazy cunt. And you are going to, for those of you that unfortunately have kids, they're going to turn out to be lazy cunts. And it will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Kids, if you want to just be a lazy cunt, and you want to go to the pubs and watch sports bars and belch and fart and laugh with your mates, then QLA is the wrong thing for you. But I mean, other than the 3 or 4 current mentees that I have that are on these phone calls, it's obvious none of you are reading the fucking material. None of you are listening to all the podcasts. You're looking for a quick fix. There is no quick fix. And whoever told anyone that 10,000 hour phantom success story that you become a success in 10,000 hours, that's bullshit. You don't. I've been doing this over 45 years. And the reason why I can answer these questions is because I've been involved in now over 1,000 transactions worldwide. And as I said in a podcast recently, I mean, first of all, Brexit isn't going to be invoked for at least 2 years. And I believe it's going to take much more than 2 years. So nothing's really going to be affected. Right now, the stock market is rallying in the UK because the stock market believes Brexit isn't going to change anything except make it better in the UK. The US stock market is rallying, and it's telling you the same thing. Brexit and the upcoming slowdown so far, and even though we haven't had an economy this slow in the United States since 1949, it's not going to really affect anybody. So, I mean, you guys worry about things you shouldn't worry about. And what you're really doing is you're procrastinating, you're looking for excuses so you don't have to pull the trigger. And so you don't have to pull the trigger. As I said yesterday in a comment on social media, when Carl Icahn agreed with Donald Trump about the U.S. economy and the things that had to be done, I said, I hope the fuck that the idiots now, the pundits, realize somebody as sophisticated as Carl Icahn, somebody as successful as Carl Icahn, somebody that's made the tens and hundreds of millions of dollars that Carl Icahn has, you'll finally understand that we need a change in America. We need a change in America, and it happens to be Donald Trump is the only one that's going to make any change. But what he's really saying, Carl Icahn, is the future is unlimited. Just as the future is unlimited for you kids, but you got to take action. You got to take action. Now, one of my mentees who lives in a distressed part of the world, who called me to wish me happy birthday earlier today, said to me that I'm doing just like you said, Mr. Pena. I'm taking advantage of the depressed market. Remember, QLA was born in a down collapsing market. I mean, it strengthened itself in a down collapsing market. I mean, the fact that oil, for example, went from $120 a barrel, more recently $40 a barrel. There's a lot of opportunities, and because I predicted it 2 years ago has nothing to do with it. Why I predicted it doesn't matter. Why I predicted it. There are opportunities right now just in the oil and gas in the United States. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of little companies that went out of business. I mean, that are motivated sellers. That's just one industry. But QLA is based on motivated sellers. Okay? Let's go back to the calls. Okay? Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Hi, sir. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts on having two strong accountant on board? Does it bring more advantages? Does it bring more deal flow or more conflict potential, i.e. the big four accounting firms that we want as external advisors?
No, well, I don't know exactly what you mean about too strong. You can never have too strong of people. You want people that aren't going to say yes to you. You want people that are going to give you the right address and they're going to steer you in the right direction. But you should look to your big accounting firms and your big law firms for deal flow. Thank you for the call. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Hi, Dan. I'm calling from Vancouver, Canada. I've listened to your podcast, and you mentioned it takes 2 meetings to get someone to lead your board of directors. I kept pushing, and I got 3 people now. But I noticed that they just want more information, and they're not. They didn't say they want to be my board of director, but they said that they will help me in whatever they can to connect me to all their network. One of them is going to let me pitch to under PayPal. So I realize now that there's different shades to board of directors. It's not, it's not like they would be willing to sign their name legally, flew with a pen. But one's willing to be on advisory. One is pitching me to the co-founder of PayPal. So my question is, I'm in the commercial real estate appraisal industry, and I need a tech co-founder in my business because I will make it global and instant and online. And so now my issue is my co-founder, I'm not satisfied with his motivations. I'm thinking of firing him, kind of what you said.
Well, then if you're thinking about firing him.
Convince, help someone to get motivated.
No, if you're thinking about it.
And now here's my thing.
Okay, if you're thinking about it,
guy
be quiet.
His contacts from me and
be quiet.
I'm still going.
Are you deaf?
I don't have
I said be quiet. If you're thinking about, and your gut instinct tells you to fire him. Getting back to the board of directors, you're not selling them enough. They don't believe in you enough to be willing to put their name on the line. That's your problem. You have to sell better. You have to come up with a better mousetrap so they believe in. But good luck to you. Thank you for the call. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Hi, Dan. This is Nick in California. First off, thank you for taking the time to do this on your birthday. I just had a quick question on your point of view in regards to rolling up cash businesses. And also, do you suggest setting up, sort of a parent company to do all the roll-ups under?
Well, cash businesses are extremely difficult, not impossible, because of theft and pilferage, etc. Okay? And it's tough to verify their real revenue because it's a cash business, but not impossible, but it's tough. The second thing is, depending on whether you're in an LLC form, S Corp or whatever, the best person to ask for what the format of the corporation should be your lawyers and or accountants. Thank you for the call.
Got it. Thank you.
Next. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Hey, Dan, this is Josh. How are you doing?
Fine.
This is as I kept you apprised of my last weekly report before I finished with the mentor program, one of the things that we've been running into is banks nowadays. I wanted to see if you noticed this. Banks seem to be segregating their deals into sub $5 million and then the middle market commercial group with above $5 million. Have you had any difficulty or heard of any difficulty with people trying to finance deals that fall within those two brackets? I guess that gray area for banks.
No.
Not really?
No. It must be you, Josh.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it could be because I'm doing non-collateralized. All of my deals
I understand that.
Flow,
believe me, I know what you're doing. And for this is one of the, came to me as a 17-year-old. He's going to be, 19 the end of this month, if I remember correctly. And what are the total deals, the total deals that you're currently working on?
We have a $5 million deal. We have a $12 million that we're still trying to find financing for. That's the one that's been pretty difficult. And then we also have two $1.5 million deals that are being underwritten right now by the bank.
Okay. And as I've written about, you graduated from high school a few weeks ago.
Yeah, earlier this summer.
Yeah, and your only claim to fame is, I'm not demeaning it, is you're an Eagle Scout that was homeschooled.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you fucking cunt morons on the phone, with and I emphasize the cunt, stroke moron, stroke idiots that can't pull the trigger. Here's a fucking kid. Okay, but now to answer your question, Josh, I haven't found any difficulty in that. Remember the question that I told you to ask your board members. Well, I'm not going to bring the whole story up. Is there anything else in your background that I should know that may come up in a due diligence investigation vis-a-vis securing a loan? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. And that's the other thing I could add on that is as of 2 weeks ago, the CEO is now divorced. He elected to take a divorce and stay with the deal than to listen to his wife. So
God bless him. God bless him.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I saw the issue. We got the operations guy. We're good to go on that one. It's just I asked my initial question. I asked because we have this $12 million deal that nobody's financing, even though the cash flow works because it falls within that strange size. So at this point, I think there's only like 2 private debt funds who are even looking at it.
Okay. Now, how many financial institutions have you called?
Over 100 at this point.
And how many
only maybe 2 have.
Okay. No, I'm talking in total since you've been doing this.
Oh, total, we passed 1,000. I mean,
okay.
Easily.
On that happy note, anyway, you know how to get a hold of me if you need me. Good luck to you.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you. Okay. One more call, and then I'm going to take a break. Okay. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Hello, Dan. I'm calling from Asia. I'm wondering what your take is on making a lot of money in the Asian district. In Asia,
I heard what you said. I heard what you said. I'm just laughing about your accent.
Right.
I said I heard what the fuck you said. I'm laughing about your fucking accent.
Right. But sorry about that.
Sorry about it. I mean, Asia's no different than any place else. If you're a lazy cunt, you won't make any money. I found no problem making money in India, China, or the Philippines. I was there 11, 12 years.
China, Philippines, where?
Pardon?
All right. China, Philippines, where?
India.
India. All right. What you were selling?
Doesn't matter what I was selling, you stupid fuck. It's easy to make money there. Just follow the program. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Oh, hi, Dan. It's Khaled. I graduated from university recently, and I resigned from my first job 4 months ago. And ever since I've been paralyzed, I can't make the first move in my quantum leap venture.
Well, how old are you?
25.
Well, young man, you were raised by cunts, and now you're afraid like a cunt. It's not, I'm not picking on you. That's just what it is. You know it, and I know it. You just heard that 18-year-old kid on the phone, didn't you?
Yes.
He just graduated from fucking high school. He's never been to school. He's made thousands of phone calls. He's made thousands of phone calls. What does that tell you?
I don't know.
That he's not afraid. The best advice I can give you is you just got to go out and do something. I mean, I'm not suggesting you jump out of a plane without a parachute or anything like that. But you just got to go and pull the trigger.
Speaking of parachute, I actually did it. I actually did the parachute after I heard you talk about it in one of your podcasts. I actually did do the parachute.
No, I said without a parachute.
Oh.
You just got to keep pulling the trigger until you make something happen. Thank you for the call. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit to you guys without calls. Guys, this program is not directed or to be just for me to flap my mouth for 30, 60, 80 minutes. Okay? This is to answer your questions. Now, as feeble and stupid as some of them are, and I realize some of you think, well, these guys stupid. Well, yes, guys, you are stupid. Not stupid in life, but stupid in experience of doing transactions, making your goals come to fruition. So my team is asking me if I need to go on a break, and the answer is no. I'm just going to keep talking. I was asked another question before this. A lot of people wonder why the Trump children are so successful, other than they work for their dad. And why my kids are successful, because we both raised them very strictly. You weren't raised strictly. You were raised laissez-faire, and if my father was here, my father would tell you my son is successful not because of me, but in spite of me. Guys, I mean, you keep on shying away from the real problem, and it's all on my website. It's on my podcast. One, do you have to be an alpha male? No, that's the bottom line of that podcast. Two, where do I get the fucking money? Obviously, nobody's even listening to that. The two least frequented, as I said at Oxford, the two least frequented connections or links on my website are: one, deal flow. I mean, in other words, how do you create deal flow? How do you get deals? How do you find transactions? And where do I get the fucking money? Now, why do you think those are the two least listened to on my site? Because you're really not serious. You're all just full of shit. You're just making exercises so you don't have to pull the trigger. I'm not suggesting you read all 500 pages on my website, but it's obvious most of you haven't read anything. I mean, all the information is on my website. You know, I've said it for fucking time and time and time again. 99.9999% of all the people that have made the tens of millions, hundreds of millions from QLA, I have never fucking met. I wouldn't know if they pissed on my foot. It's only the 0.1% that I've met. And I'm going to be making some announcements in the next few weeks of some additions to the Hall of Fame. I haven't made any additions, and normally I don't announce them. But I'm going to make at least one announcement because he's a well-known person to the Hall of Fame. But most of the people up there, and there's a reason why there's no names on those pictures, because they don't want you to fucking hound them. They don't want you to fucking call them. They don't want you to fucking Skype them. I mean, do you realize that the poor Verdiers are still called 20 fucking plus years later by you fucking cunts to see if I'm for real? Do you realize that my 70th birthday a year ago, you went up to them and they asked the poor Verdiers, God love them, is this really for real? Did you really make all that money through Mr. Pena? You went up to my children and my kid brother. Is he really like this? Is he really a fucking animal? You fucking ain't right, I am. Today's my fucking birthday. And although I had champagne, quite a bit of champagne earlier today, and I took a nap, I mean, this is who I am. I mean, guys, wake fucking up. Wake fucking up. I wanted to make another comment. I was asked a question about my boots to suits, as we says, my veteran reality show. Well, so far we have had virtually little or no interest. I've reached out to some very high-profile people, 4-star general types, members of Congress, and apparently, unless Mr. Trump gets into office, I'm not going to get any support on that. And if anybody knows anybody, please, you can speak on my behalf to try to get some support for boots to suits in the veteran reality show. I'm also, for those of you, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I'm really irritated that I was turned down, not because of myself, at the Harlem School, and it's on the internet. You can just say Dan Pena Harlem, and you can see where it is. Whereby I'm willing to talk at other schools. For those of you that have any influence with conservative talk show hosts, but apparently so far nobody gives a shit that the kids weren't able to hear what I have to say, and yet the Oxford elitists, which I appreciated being there, were able to hear what I'm willing to say. Okay, let's take a few more calls. Well, until the call comes in. Dan Pena, how can I help?
Hi, I just have a very general question.
Okay.
I want to start my own business in the nutrition/food industry, but I'm really struggling with who I can contact with and just really how to start.
Well, young lady or old lady, whatever you are, whether it's online or not online, you have to pull the trigger. Talking about and worrying about how to start doesn't make a goddamn thing. And
that's true.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for the validation. I needed the validation from you on my 71st birthday. Thank you. You just got to pull the trigger. Otherwise, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 21.
Well, you'll be 61 and you still wouldn't have done anything.
That's true, but
yeah, I know it is.
Just don't know who to contact.
No, God damn it! You've got the fucking internet. Are you stupid? I mean, you've got the fucking internet.
True.
I mean, the one business that you picked, there is 10 million people in that fucking business. At least 10 million. Mm-hmm. There's no barrier to entry. Just go out and do it. Go to ClickBank and see whatever product they're selling and become an affiliate and sell it for them. Thank you for the call. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Yeah, hi, Darren. I've got 2 questions for you. First one is, what do you think is going on in the global economy? And the second one is, how, with your infinite wisdom, would you make money or earn money wherever you live in this world?
Oh, God. You know, I hate to tell you, kid, that's a stupid fucking question. Okay, number one, the global economy. I just, if you were listening to my fucking conversation before you just asked the question, the United States has never had slower growth. The UK is afraid of Brexit. Neither one are going to make a fucking bit of difference. So it doesn't matter what the fuck you do.
Yeah.
The second thing is, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, as long as you take action. Thank you for your call. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Happy birthday, Dan.
Thank you.
This is Nicola speaking over here. I'm running a digital music controller startup in the Netherlands. We got around 5 people in the team and are dedicated towards making Kickstarter a crowdfunding campaign in order to make at least 1,000 sales, which would then validate and direct our product to the future investors. It's an innovative and one of the kind product which enables music artists to play.
So what are you asking me?
Excuse me?
What are you asking me?
Basically, we're estimating to grow.
I don't give a shit. Are you asking me a question?
Sales.
Thank you for the call. Goodbye. Dan Pena, how can I help you?
Hi, Dan. Does my Big Four big board member need to be an interim CFO, or how involved do they need to be in fundraising, like getting on airplanes and going with me to financial meetings?
Is this somebody I know?
Yes.
Oh, God, I knew it. You know the answer to that, you sorry cunt. You know the answer, don't you? Say yes.
Not precisely. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, no, you know the answer, and I'm not going to... Yes, they should be willing to do that if you sold them properly. Thank you for the call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a couple more comments, kids, and then, as you can tell, I mean, we're still ironing out the details of this exercise, but I appreciate all the people that have called. We're not positive when our next one will be. We will make the announcement. I'm happy that it appears that we had a full agenda. In the future, I know that we'll get better at this, and I hope that you kids get better at it and asking the right kind of questions. Right kind of questions, meaning that you've done some homework. This is not to fix it. For all your problems of all your life, your parents fucking you up and your grandparents fucking them up, you being a cunt. This is not the end-all panacea for you leading a life of a cunt your whole fucking life. So I want to tell you, thank you. Stay tuned for the next one. God bless and peace.
You have been listening to the live, uncut, raw, unfiltered Ask the $50 Billion Man. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube for free content and updates on the next episode of Live, Uncut, Raw, Unfiltered Ask the $50 Billion Man. To learn more about the best high-performance coach, Dan Pena, visit www.danpena.com and access all the free QLA materials of the $50 Billion Man. To your QLA and biz.